So we just got to the NFT Paris, and we have got quite a few people we are going to interview. So follow me. I think there is a skater competition. Tesla is here. I don't know really what is the deal, but I think they are getting you to win an NFT or something. Oh, book your test drive to win an NFT. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Oh, I just want to show you, this is just so cool. So look what B&B is doing with the mimosa. Let's get to the VIP lounge. So we have got Anthony Day, who is Chief of Strategy and Marketing at Midnight. Hey, Anthony.
How are you?
Not many people knows about Midnight, maybe because they are not part of the Cardano ecosystem, and what you are doing, adding privacy to the blockchain, is actually something that I think is very important. Let's start with a good overview of what is Midnight, where it comes from, and what you are working on.
Midnight is a privacy and data protection focused blockchain. We're a layer 1 chain, but with the intent of enabling all of the blockchain ecosystems out there that already have decentralized applications but don't have native privacy, to provide that to application users and to crypto users. Reason being is that for the time being, those 100,000 regular users of DeFi or decentralized applications are kind of risk accepting all of their data is made visible to everybody on chain. That's part of the appeal of blockchains to some extent, but that's a challenge when you're actually using mainstream applications. And so what we feel is important for Midnight is that we enable both the private side and the public side of applications so that people can use decentralized infrastructure, but can work in regulated industries, can keep sensitive data private, and basically work towards a world where we never have to share sensitive or private data with anybody ever, because we can use proofs instead of sensitive data.
Is Midnight kind of like a layer that can be used by different blockchains?
Exactly that. So Midnight will launch as a partner chain of Cardano. Very exciting and very important. We launch with Cardano security. We launch as a Cardano native asset. This enables us to launch with the full security of an established blockchain that has never been down, that has one of the highest decentralization indexes in the world, and it's a very vibrant, very potent ecosystem already. We get the experience of someone like Charles Hoskinson, who's been through the history of launching and scaling Ethereum. He's worked on Bitcoin and Cardano, so he understands what it takes to build a decentralized ecosystem, and so we've tried to learn and build from all of those experiences. Charles talks about the concept of hybrid applications, where apps that are already running on Ethereum or Avalanche or Ripple or Cardano today, all of that logic, all of that activity, all of those transactions are happening on the public chain. We want to see some of that application logic be shielded or protected with Midnight, and then have the rest of the smart contract logic or the features of other application chains or other main chains to continue. Right? We don't want to have to see people port chains or move their applications from chain 1 to Midnight. We don't scale that way, and Web3 doesn't scale that way. We want to provide those hybrid applications. We want to make bridges and links to other networks, and a big part of Midnight's launch is going to be seeding our community with the ecosystems that already exist. So when Midnight goes for its airdrop, the token generating event later this year, those who are eligible to claim will be from some of the largest ecosystems in the world, and that's the place where we want to see Midnight's technology used so that we can scale Web3, so we can bring more people to decentralized applications, and we can unblock all of the institutional and, to some extent, enterprise usage of decentralized apps that's blocked today because people see public chains as too public.
How are you going to get more people to use Midnight as part of their strategy to tokenize financial assets and real-world assets?
Well, that's the exciting challenge, and BCG have identified there's about $16 trillion of established, traditional, well-known, well-defined assets in the world. Bonds, stocks, ETFs, cash, that the existing financial system could benefit from having tokenized, making it open, borderless, 24/7, automated, composable, right? Being able to connect those pools of liquidity or those products to other ecosystems. The financial system already understands that blockchains are really good for those things and can benefit those existing asset classes. What gets in the way is two things. One is regulation. So for the longest time in the US and for US banks, which are obviously leading innovation in a lot of the world, they don't want to operate in a gray area. And that barrier will most likely be removed in 2025 with the movements we see from the US government. So that's really positive. The second part is being able to manage the public and the private side and the compliance side. If everything is transparent and on-chain all of the time, a number of those financial institutions will lose their competitive advantage or will be concerned that you can correlate data around their trading activity. And that's just not the way financial markets work. We cannot operate that way.
So tell me about the launch.
Yep. Very exciting. So it's intended to be somewhere around Q3 this year, all going well. We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I know Charles has been leading the way in promoting Midnight and talking about why he's excited. Maybe leaking some of the collaborations that we're doing, some of the work that we're doing in the background. And I think that's important because we want people to be excited about it. We don't just want to come out of stealth mode and suddenly kind of, hey guys, here's a lot to consume all at once. Right? Midnight's technology, the mission, the vision, what it is that we're looking to do, who we want to collaborate with. It takes time to seed that story. And so as we've moved from DevNet to testnet and soon to be mainnet, we've tried to kind of build a little bit of momentum around the story of why does data protection and privacy matter in Web3? Why is Midnight going to help? Mainnet launch is going to be super exciting. As I mentioned, ahead of it, there's going to be a token generating event. We call it the Glacier Drop. We have a particular mechanism around how we do that that's been pioneered by IOG. Charles has already said this, so 100% of Midnight's tokens will be made available for the community to claim ahead. No VC locking, no insiders. Anybody who is eligible for the Glacier Drop, more will come out on that soon when we've been through the MiCA process, will be able to claim tokens. Anything that doesn't then get claimed by the community will go to block rewards, on-chain treasury, etc. to help build the network.
So how can you be eligible to claim the airdrop?
So you either are or you're not. That's the really simple part.
Okay, go on.
So at this point in time, and again, I can't give too much of the detail away because we want to make sure from a regulatory compliance perspective, we are ticking the right boxes in all the different jurisdictions, right? So it's not just MiCA in Europe, the UK, Japan, Singapore, all of the different jurisdictions that matter. This is going to be a global launch. What we are focusing on is the largest ecosystems in Web3. These are the areas that have the most number of users, the most number of dApps, and where Midnight can have the most benefit today. So we want to seed the Midnight community with active dApp users, dApp developers, dApp operators, infrastructure providers in those ecosystems. And we also want to work with those foundations. So foundations that are stewarding their ecosystems that can benefit from Midnight's data protection and privacy technology, we want to work directly with them to co-venture, to identify opportunities where Midnight's technology can benefit, to introduce us to the community in an appropriate way. We're not here to scare people, we're not here to leech from the ecosystem. We want to work together to make the whole Web3 proposition better. So
okay, well then stay tuned.
You got to follow Midnight and you'll find out all the details very soon.
Thank you.